1, something like that, where you're supposed to be focused on the one thing. It's a book. It's a very famous book. And there's a whole club and everything which teaches this, the whole certification, the one thing. And then I met a guy who runs a very, very large company in the US, multi-billion-dollar company. He was a student of the guy who started Subway. And he told me that you should manage your things like an arrow. You can have multiple things, but you can bring one thing at a time in front, go through it, and then you can take that, put it in the back, bring another thing in the front. So you keep on going forward. I thought a lot about this. And I am a guy who wants to do so many things. I'm a huge anti-monogamist, you can say, right? I can't do one person, one business at a time. It just doesn't excite me. It doesn't get me going, for a lack of better words. So 2 years ago, I saw this pattern in my son, my other son you haven't met. So I wrote, on his birthday, I sat down for, it came to me and I started writing that I know that people will criticize you. I know people will haunt you. I know people will not like that you don't complete your projects, and you leave it and then you go to another project, and you leave it and you go to another project. But I'm happy that you're doing it, because at least now you know what you really don't want. 2, you will learn something every time you try something new, which will eventually lead you to the thing which you really, really want, and you will become phenomenal at it. So it's not the normal way, for sure. It's not a normal father's guidance. It's not normal thing to be doing multiple tasks. But when I look at Edison, he had 1,400 patents, from gramophone to electrolysis. And did you know that he had a construction company, a bricks company, a cement company, which has nothing to do with electricity? He had 140 or something businesses going on. And I was like, what? How is this human? When this is 120 years ago he was doing. If he could do it 120 years ago and live to be 88 or 80 something, why can't we do it in this day and age? Why is it so important to do one thing? Who has taught us this? Where does that come from? Why can only Da Vinci be a polymath and not other human beings? Why can't he be painting and making a flying machine, and why can't others do that? So I think it's how we are taught, because we are taught either you take science, or you take commerce, or you become an MBA, or you become an MSc. Choose one, because they want to train us into something, focused on one thing, so they can solve one problem at a time, which is fine for many people. It's fantastic, but it's not for me. And it took me a long time to accept me as I am, where I don't want to do one thing. I love to start things. I don't love to do things. I love to start. You can have me start another business tomorrow, next week, it will be done. But to execute it, oh my God, it's like the hardest part in the world. Maybe I'm just foolish. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know.